Good afternoon. I'm Heather Anders with 98.1 The River. And we all drank absinthe before this interview. With me in the studio is Bulgogi. And I should tell you why we're here. Number one, thank you to I Am AVL for inviting me into their studio. This afternoon, we've been interviewing artists from DIG Fest. DIG Fest going on August 22nd and 23rd, taking over the city of Asheville. Tons of great local musicians, over 50 total. And we're very excited about that coming up. So we're going to give you a sneak peek of what you can expect, an interview, and listen to some music as well. So with me in the studio is Bulgogi. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
You guys are performing August 22nd at Tressa's at 10:30.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that is true.
It's a lovely, classy establishment.
It is.
I've never
He didn't want to say
You've
anything
never
about
been
it.
in there. He doesn't want to talk about it.
I've
Well,
been in there. It's nice.
Yeah, you have to turn the mic on in order for it to work.
I thought that...
Here you go,
Is
Steve.
this on?
It's on now.
Down is on?
Yeah,
So before,
it's on. Can you turn it on? Alright.
how about while we're
Yeah, you
hanging out here, we listen to one of Bulgogi's tunes?
Okay, is it on now? Can you hear me, internet?
Can I just say that I would like to listen to one of Bulgogi's tunes while we're waiting?
I would too.
So you now you turn
And
it
pop
on.
my head.
You keep messing with it, man.
Yeah, you don't need to mess with that switch. It's not your switch. There it is now.
Your ugly face is a constant reminder that love will fail. Love will fail. And every town there's a black quagmire of lovers failing. Lovers failing. In the mountains, deep in the earth, sounds divide and go berserk. And in the moments trailing after the hurt, there's a beat
hear myself.
And the wizard, the priest, and the warrior rose from their graves.
All right, we just heard Bulgogi with "Love Will Fail." I love it. It's very uplifting.
Yeah, it's a very positive message that we wanted to send to people. You know, we just don't want them to rush into relationships that they just can't handle. You know.
I think the sense of realism is very important here.
Yeah.
It's about time management,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, we're only on this planet for so many years. We have to focus on making monies, building fences, fishing, golfing. There's not really much time for love anymore.
Disc golfing also.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's like
whatever.
so-
He's from Asheville, so whatever.
That's I can totally tell. All right, Bulgogi performing August 22nd at Tressa's. Set time is at 10:30. Are you guys excited to perform at Dig
Very
Fest?
excited.
Is this your first Dig Fest?
Yes.
Yes, this is our first Dig Fest.
Very
It
cool.
is, yeah.
Yeah, we've never played one. This is actually our first music festival.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I was checking out some information about you and all. I did background checks on all of you.
That's
And
not
I saw
good.
that you kind of labeled your band as Terrified Child Dance Punk. Tell me what that means exactly.
Well, we all have a terrified child inside of us, and this is the cathartic way to let him be released
Inside our houses
Yeah.
or trunks
Absolutely.
or wherever, yeah.
in the trailer.
Okay. Well, the actual justification for that, I don't know. The music tends to have a very frantic, sort of. I don't know if the word isn't glammy. It's kind of like claustrophobic and.
I think that that it is a frantic glee. That is the state of a terrified child who does not understand what forces are around him, but is somehow excited by the fact that these forces exist, and it's about being terrified and being confused, but at the same time that sense of chaos kind of giving you motivating force.
It was very
Yeah, I wrote most of these
that.
songs when I
Well.
was about 6 months old. My father didn't like the fact that I was chewing on all the furniture, so he put Tabasco sauce on the furniture, and so when I bit it, it
Wait,
hurt my mouth.
Are you serious? Did that happen?
Yeah,
That
and
really
I wrote all
happened?
these songs because of that
That's-
at that time.
Did this happen like
Eloquent
6
for a
months ago,
6-year-old.
or when you were?
That's
Yeah, when I turned 27, my
6 years
dad
old.
really was like, "No more furniture
No
biting.
more furniture. You must be mad now.
There will be zero furniture biting in my house from now on."
No, a couple of years ago, you recorded a collection of songs in a West Asheville basement. This is you, Tim, specifically.
Yeah.
Where in West Asheville were you? And tell me a little bit about that process.
Yeah, there's a house on Montana Avenue, very close to like the Admiral and BJ's, and I think it was winter, and winters are always really bad for me. I'm kind of in a funk, and I desperately needed to express myself, and I started kind of putting together these Frankenstein-esque monstrous atrocities, where I would just take a riff and sew it surgically onto another part of a song and then force in another part that didn't really belong. And so the result is kind of this bizarrely gleeful, vaguely kind of proggy, sort of frantic. It tries a little too hard sometimes, but
Don't we all? It's the eternal flaw.
but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's my favorite thing to do is just slowly piece together songs, and that was what I did with my time. So.
Were you trying then to pursue a solo project?
Well, I had just moved here from Chicago, where I was in a band for a few years that did a little couple DIY kind of tours.
Was that Caw?
Yeah.
read
How
that?
do you know about? Oh, I told you.
You didn't tell
That's
me.
the only way. That's the only way
The
you've
first
ever heard
time
of
we've
that
ever
band.
talked.
There was
man.
another band in Chicago named Caw,
Oh, okay.
and they were awesome. They were these three young ladies who played this incredibly harsh, hardcore metal music. And we were in Fresno, California, playing at a sushi restaurant. And this weird, kind of sketchy looking dude with a backwards baseball cap comes up to us. He's like, "Hey, are you guys Caw?" We were like, "No, we're Caw." And he was like, "Oh." And then he walked away.
Bummed out. You didn't give him a CD?
No, he was pretty seedy, so we
Oh,
didn't give him
okay.
a CD.
He probably would have smashed it
Oh.
immediately.
That's that rim shot. Dude, you're on it.
Got you later.
Yeah. All right.
You have a really interesting voice. Like when I first heard your music, I was pretty sure there was a female in the band. No offense, I'm sure that's not
Every
the first time you've
I've ever
heard
played
that.
How do you
Bulgogi
know
for
I
anyone,
identify
everyone's like,
as
"Who's
a-"
that girl?"
I don't know,
I'm
man.
like, no.
You know, I shouldn't assume, but
Nice. Yeah.
you know, when did you start singing, and when did you realize that you had a unique voice?
I started singing when I was like 14. I like tape recorded myself singing along with like Green Day songs, and then it sounded great to me. In my head.
Which Green Day era? Can
Oh,
I ask?
Dookie. I mean,
Okay,
come on,
good.
What are we
good,
talking about here?
Good. I just wanted to see if you were cool or not.
Pre-eyeliner Green Day. Thank you very much. But when it was all about all killer, no filler. Yeah, and then I would play it back to myself. It sounded so bad. Like it was way off key. It sounded desperately emo, and my voice was cracking a lot. And then I think I got out of puberty, and my voice started to kind of get thinner and higher, and I started to listen to a whole bunch of Radiohead, like too much. And I think I was also learning how to play violin at the time, so I kind of developed a way of controlling my intonation, and I just kind of got more and more ridiculous as time allowed. And the more isolated I was, the more ridiculous my music and singing style became. And I don't know, I kind of like that. Like, people always listen to music and they're like, what the hell is this sound? Like, it's so weird. And I kind of like that. It makes me feel cool. You want to comment?
Yeah, you feel cool.
All right, thanks, buddy. You're a gem.
So at some point you wrote the album Give Up Your Guts. How difficult is it to perform this album live? Because it just kind of goes all over the place, from super mellow to experimental, psychedelic, some heavy.
It's pretty tough. You know, we've had to kind of reinvent the sound for live. I forgot that this is an instrument. For our live performances are very different, because obviously you don't have the like super house beats and cascades of overdubbed guitars, but it's a lot. I think it's a lot brighter and a lot kind of almost sounds jammy to me. Like there's kind of this very quick sort of rock and roll element to it that you don't get in the recording. So it is difficult to perform the songs. But what we've been doing ever since these guys joined the band and Galen is that we've been kind of approaching each song, and like everybody's been bringing their own ideas to the table, and that's wonderful for me because I really like to be in like a collaborative environment, and that's why these guys have been so awesome, because we're very collaborative. We all write our own parts, and we contribute hugely, not just to the music, but also to the logistical angle of the band, like booking shows and everything. Everybody's super tenacious and on board, and that's awesome. So I love you guys so much.
That's awesome.
Can anyone cry on command?
Can I join? Can I join your band?
Yeah,
Do you want to
I
play
I can
Mando?
play this thing over here.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Can you shred on it?
You heard me
Did you not hear
earlier. Okay.
How's your sweeping?
Or your
Like
regular
that thing?
sweeping.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Regular sweeping's great. I'm sorry. I mean, everyone's useful.
I like
Yeah.
it clean though.
Now, speaking of a collaborative effort, are you currently writing any new material?
We are.
Every day.
Every day? Are you
Almost
really?
every day for me.
Cool. In hopes of a new record soon?
Actually, yes. We are planning on recording a new record of us together, of some of the songs that already are on albums but have been revamped completely and like reinvented. And so we have new songs. We like write new songs together, which is awesome. And it's gonna be another basement,
Oh,
another
boy.
dingy, another West Asheville basement recording.
Guess who
Yeah.
has a basement in Montford?
Oh yeah.
And Montford's a little
You
too.
probably
This
have
girl.
those there too, right?
I do. Now, before you came in here, there were a couple of topics that you guys wanted to talk about. And so I'm going to address the listening audience here and bring up the topics that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Number one, cats.
Yeah.
What would you like to talk about specifically
What would you like to talk
regarding
about regarding
cats?
cats? Tim?
No. Did I say cats?
Yeah,
Yes.
you said
Said
that.
cats.
You
I meant-
didn't, you
I
didn't
meant-
say it. You wrote
I
it
meant
down
pogs.
for
I
eternity
meant pogs.
to record.
You know, you ever collected pogs? What
no,
happened
what is
to
that?
those?
You
I don't
met-
even know what that is.
Pogs.
Pogs. You don't remember Pogs? Like
Oh,
Alf
yeah.
Pogs?
Oh.
Alf was...
Yeah, the king.
Yeah, Alf is an alien, but he also was featured on Pogs.
Yeah.
No, I guess I was thinking that we just we play in a house right now that has like 6 animals in
Yeah.
it. There are 5 cats and there's a dog.
Oh wow.
And
Do they all get along?
Surprisingly.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah, they all
I
get
think they
along.
yeah. I hear some very strange like cat lovemaking esque sounds sometimes.
And you allow that to happen?
Everyone's got a freak.
Well,
You know,
we,
you
we
can't-
have a very strict free love policy. You must love
Strict.
freely. Any other option is unacceptable.
Paternity is outlawed.
So the other topic you brought up was how your dog is not bothered by your loud music, but is disturbed by a melodica.
Do you want to
First,
talk about this?
explain what a melodica is
It's
first.
like a harmonica, except it has a keyboard, and so you blow into it. But my dog is not a fan of the woodwind family. I don't know if she was like abused by someone who was like
Aw.
in the woodwind band, but
Abused
all
the
other
flautist.
instruments, she's totally.
Like would take off their reed and just flick them
It's
at
bizarre.
her.
Didgeridoos, also not a big
Oh, well,
fan. Yeah,
I'm not a big fan
harmonicas,
either.
I don't know what it is.
I howl too and bark at didgeridoos.
A lot of people do, actually. Yeah.
They are
It's scary.
didgeridoos and they are didgeridon'ts.
Didgeridon'ts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll wrap things up.
Great.
We'll end with a song, though. And Bulgogi, thank you guys so much for coming in
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to IMAVL. Thank you to Dig Fest. And for more information on Dig Fest, visit digfestivalasheville.com. And these guys are performing August 22nd at Tress's. Showtime is 10:30. Be there or be square. All right, let's listen to one last song from you guys.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Adios. We love you. You and your affected life.